You look pale next to my makeup.
Yeah.
It's just the makeup.
Shocking and body rocking 'cause the south side go. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome into Sports with Busies. I am Jeff Michael here with the one and only 60%er Rachel.
61, get it right.
61%er Rachel.
What's going on?
Gary Saluzzi, what's up, man? I was at the gym. Missed you. Kevin Anthony, what's going down? Wow, incredible show today. There's a lot going on, and I got some shit talking to do.
Okay.
You know what? Let's
Bring
just start off like this, real quick, for the top of the show. Will Matt Ryan be? Look, and the only reason I'm bringing this up because you're massive Atlanta Falcons. We all know that.
Yeah.
Will Matt Ryan be with Atlanta next year, and will they make the playoffs?
Oh, man.
I'm starting
you
to
woke
show
up
off.
and chose violence. You woke up and chose violence today, huh? This is not what I thought we were going to start off with. This is not where I thought we were going. Will Matt Ryan be a Falcon next year? Yes. They're paying him, I think, the bulk of his money next year.
26 or 28.
Yeah, but he's like a dead cap. If they cut him this year, he would have been like $45 million against the dead cap. So I don't know what that means for next year. I haven't even gotten to that yet. But with that being said, you can't get rid of him. He still had a really good year. Statistically, the wins aren't there. They didn't have a running game. The offensive line is trash, and so's the defense, the pass rush. There's no pass rush. The secondary looks very promising with young A.J. Terrell.
They're a top 20 pick in the draft, I believe, right?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, for sure. But with that being said, I think he gets another year. I just think that the pieces around him all move. As you know, Calvin Ridley, more than there's rumors out there he wants to leave. I kind of figured that when you left for mental health reasons, but then you didn't come back ever.
And the reason I want to start the show off like this is because, look, we're just jumping right into sports, and there's a lot of QBs in the playoffs right now. They're amazing and young and coming up, and we're going to get into all that in a little bit. But, like, the reason I wanted to jump off like this is because Ben Roethlisberger, we all know, just played his last game. Matt Ryan in the Atlanta Falcons, if this is Matt Ryan's last year, it's going to be a really sad year. Like, to have like a joyride and say goodbye. Like, dude, they're going to be terrible. They're going to be real bad.
No, he's what little few things the Atlanta Falcons did well this year on offense, you can thank Matt Ryan for. Him and Cordell Patterson. What do you do? Yeah. How much is that dude getting paid?
He's actually not getting paid a lot right now, but Cordell Patterson, it took him about 8 years to get what he's doing right now.
He's been in the league for 9.
9 years,
and he just had his breakout season.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Him, man. Look, welcome into Sports with Balls, y'all. We jumped it off real fast with Rachel, man. I love getting her fired up about Atlanta. I love getting that attitude in. Welcome into Sports with Balls, Rachel Von Aranja. All of her handles are on the bottom there. Look, if you're watching the show, listen to the show, please comment. We'll get on it. We will share the show. Or you guys, please share the show.
Yes.
Yeah, right here. There's all Rachel's stuff. Right. Well, over there. Yeah, Rachel's.
Yeah, it's right here.
Over there. Yeah.
It's right here.
Follow her. Look, no lie. 61% this year in gambling. How did you do this last weekend?
I had a terrible first day. What was it? The day that
Saturday.
the Raiders played the Bengals?
Yeah.
That day. Yeah, Saturday. Had a terrible first day. Had a fantastic second day. Had a wonderful Monday Night Football with the Cardinals and the Rams. Tried to tell y'all the Rams.
No, I agree. You know, after we did the show last week, I came back and after I did some research, and I was like, man, the Rams, like their defensive front, I was like, there's no way, and I ended up being correct. Like I was an embarrassment.
Kyler Murray probably had his worst game I think I've ever watched him play, and I didn't watch him a ton in college, so I don't know, but as a professional and as a person whose number 2 favorite team is the Cardinals, I did not put any money on them. I knew they were going to lose that game.
I think that's Cliff Kingsbury, man.
Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler. Kyler's body language sucks.
Ladarius Brown says Rachel is the GOAT. And honestly, man, gambling she is, man. Look, welcome into Christian's Tailgate. That's where we are shooting from live right now, man. It's already busy over here. They get happy hour specials. You guys come down, join us if you want. We'll be here till 7 p.m. live. Today's show brought to you by Attorney Brian White. When you are injured for any reason and need real results, call a real attorney. Attorney Brian White, the best phone number in the business, 713-500-5000. 713-500-5000. You know, I called him the other day, and he was like,
"You were about to go to jail or what?"
No, no. God, I hope not. But like, he was like, man, I never thought about marketing that. And I'm like, dude, that's the best phone number ever.
Yeah.
713-500-5000.
Yeah.
You know, you can't take your cell phone to jail.
Not? I figured he chose that number.
I mean, I'm sure he did, but didn't know how to market it correctly. That is that number is fantastic. Attorney Brian White, man, give him a shout. You've got any issues? Also, my roof is getting done tomorrow. Texas got hit with some massive storms.
Yeah.
I saw some up in Longview where it looked like it was snowing with hail.
Yeah.
If you need your roof check, call Fitz Roofing. My boy over there, Corey Fitz at fitzroofing.com. Making a difference, serving people, driven by our commitment to the community, focused on building relationships and not just revenue. Corey Fitz at Fitz Roofing. All right, man, let's get this show going. You want to hit some music? Let's go.
Hit it, DJ.
Hit it, DJ.
Much love to Southside, Young Gun, Lil Kiki, and that bogey, man, it's like, man, 713's back at it again. I jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Drunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange
Yeah!
Cause this is
Man,
how we do it in that 713.
what a show already. I'm sorry to bust you out about Atlanta early on, but
That's okay.
I you know, with all these coaches changes going on, and I wonder about these younger quarterbacks that are in the playoffs now, and these older quarterbacks that are kind of, about to leave the league. I wonder where Matt Ryan's status, where do you think he stands? Like, if he's having his last hurrah in Atlanta this year, that's not going to be a fun ride. I don't think.
What's the alternative? What's the alternative?
I mean, he's not riding out on a golden horse. It's not
Kenny
like
Pickett's not going to be there when they draft, I don't think. What is the alternative? And I truly believe, and this is something for only, diehard Falcons fans are even going to know about this, but when they were finding a new general manager this year, when ownership was finding a new general manager, I have read and been told, and I truly believe that the reason that Louis Riddick was not chosen as the general manager of the Falcons is because he wanted to draft Justin Fields. He wanted to be done with Matt Ryan.
They should have. Who's the backup in Atlanta?
It was Matt Schaub.
Oh.
Now
Super Bowl winner Matt Schaub.
It's Felipe Franks.
See?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
So, obviously, I think Atlanta is probably bringing Matt Ryan back next year, but
it'll be his last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, that's going to be a really, really bad last hurrah for him. I don't see them doing much. And this year in the draft is not a good year for quarterbacks. Next year is phenomenal. There's 4 or 5 quarterbacks coming out next year that are going to be amazing. And it sucks that Matt Ryan can't have somebody below him that he can kind of mold into, what he does. It's always good to have a mentor like Matt Ryan or Ben Roethlisberger or somebody like that. But, we'll get into all that in a little bit.
We are in the era, though, of where you don't really sit your quarterbacks anymore, your young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You expect them to come in and just...
Matt Ryan throws 2 picks in game 1, and
boom.
There you go. That happened to Deshaun Watson. Watson got thrown in the first game.
Remember when they tried to tell us TJ Yates?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then first
TJ
game, after halftime, Watson was the starter. Man, speaking of Deshaun Watson, let's jump into that. So more news came out today. Brian Flores, and Deshaun Watson seem to have their hitch together. And I don't know how I feel about this. There's only 4 or 5 teams that Flores could go to. All right, now incredible sales pitch. If you get me, you're going to get Watson, and the Texans have already said no matter what, it's 3 first-round picks and a bunch of stuff after that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like all the control. If this is really what's happening, I don't like this control thing. It's rubbing me the wrong way. It's hey, if you hire me, you also get Deshaun Watson. Well, you can't guarantee that.
Well, so I don't think that it was meant to be like that. Just the reports came out that him and Watson are in constant contact.
Yeah.
All right? And then you got the Texans coming out and actually leaving a door open. They didn't say, no, he's not going to be a Texan. They have to trade him by March 16th, or they owe him something like $36 million. And he's going to be on the roster. So it's an interesting situation that him and Flores are in constant contact, and he's looking for a job. So what are the openings?
Can the Texans get Brian Flores and also keep Deshaun Watson? Do they even want to do that? Are they sick of Watson at this point?
If you're a Texans fan, that's your dream come true.
Yeah, probably.
That is your dream come true. But who's the head coach of the Texans?
We still don't know what the hell's going to happen to Watson.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Who's the GM?
All of it is a complete circus.
He's going to
train
have
wreck.
to, in my opinion, Deshaun Watson's going to have to agree to settle these claims. Because they'll drag it out this whole another year, I promise you.
Well, there was a report I read last week. Somebody came out, one of the girls came out, and somebody did a story that they did try to settle. They threw a settlement number at him, and he threw it out.
Well, yeah, because he was going to go to Miami. That was the whole deal. Miami was going to – the trade was in place for Tua to come here, 3 first rounds. Deshaun Watson goes there. And then because of the conversations, I guess, during the season with Brian Flores, but he didn't want to settle out of court because it's an admission of guilt. And so he said no, he didn't want to do that, and so the Texans got stuck with it for the rest of the year. But looking at the teams that are available, Miami and the Texans. Well, I don't want to say the Texans are out because they kind of left that door open, but Miami's out. It's not like Brian Flores going back to Miami. Denver is a big possibility. Chicago, they have Justin Fields, but no matter what,
yeah, but that GM
if
is now
Deshaun
gone.
Watson is available, you take him.
Oh, for sure. Unless you have. Honestly, I can't really think of a quarterback. Like, obviously, Tom Brady wins all the rings. You have Aaron Rodgers, who's always in the MVP conversation. But, like, even then, with their age and everything,
Watson's top 5.
I would still take Watson
100%.
just because of age.
Yeah, and when Deshaun Watson is playing, he is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
His numbers prove it. He's been amazing. Now, we haven't seen him in a year, so we don't know. You got Denver, Miami, Chicago, Minnesota, the Raiders, and Jacksonville. Jacksonville got their quarterback already.
I think the Raiders have their quarterback, too. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do that, but, the Raiders got a really interesting situation on their hands right now. Jim Harbaugh has been apparently offered the position of the head coach for the Raiders, all right? This to me is the most interesting story of the whole entire day, because you want to know who your coach is. You'll find out who the head coaches are in the next week and a half of all these teams. There's 8 of them out there. You will find out. They want to get it done early. Jim Harbaugh leaving Michigan to go to Las Vegas is stunning. What a position he would be put in.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they'll pay a coach. For sure.
10 years, $100 million, right, for Gruden?
Yes, they will pay a coach that hasn't coached in years. 10 years, $100 million. So I don't know. I put nothing past them. I think Jim Harbaugh should absolutely stay his butt in college.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want success, look, no matter what, whether you're coaching for Michigan or you're coaching for the Raiders, whatever. Either way, you're rich. Okay, you're Harbaugh, you're rich, you're a head coach, you're making millions, whatever. Go win something in college before we even start thinking that your shtick works again in the NFL.
They were 3rd ranked at the last polls that came out. Michigan was a 3rd ranked team in the polls. That's the highest they've been since 1998, I believe.
Yeah, and I know that their championship game was beating Ohio State this year.
Yes,
but
for sure. And they're 1-6 other than that game. I mean, over the past 7 years.
Maybe just be competitive in a real playoff game, because they were not competitive against Georgia at all. You know what I mean? So I don't think his shtick works in the NFL. It just doesn't.
I mean, so he took Colin Kaepernick to a Super Bowl. He's a player's coach, right?
He is.
He's done pretty impressive with some guys. I mean, if the NFL is calling, and he's been to a Super Bowl, I think that what's on his resume that's left is to win a Super Bowl. And with the NIL deals and this transfer portal is just getting out of control. You almost have 2,000 players now. And there's more stability in the NFL right now. And I don't know his one thing, like, what else does he have to accomplish in Michigan? National title? With the recruiting between Alabama and the South, I don't think that he's going to get a national
Ohio
shot.
State.
I think he reached his pinnacle in Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Michigan fans don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know.
They want to be in the contention for a championship every year, and they think that's where they belong. You might be right. Maybe the NFL is where he still has something left to prove. But with that being said, it's just my opinion. I don't think he works in the NFL. And yes, he had that good year or two, whatever it was, with Colin Kaepernick. They also had an incredibly stout defense. They had a super solid running game. They had a good offensive line. And what do we see with mobile quarterbacks half the time is their first year or two, maybe first even 3 years, they do very well. They go very far. And then once you get them figured out, are you stuck with that running game in your quarterback, or can they develop as a passer, and make that their bread and butter?
So he would inherit Trey Lance, who is much like Colin Kaepernick.
Nah, don't.
As far as delivery, their arm speed, Trey Lance is not the quickest, and he's got running ability. He's got a defense. He's got Bosa. He's got Emmanuel Samuel. I'm sorry.
Emmanuel Sanders?
Yeah. He's got not Emmanuel Sanders. He's got the wideout for San Francisco.
Debo?
Debo Samuel.
Debo Samuel.
Sorry, I said Emmanuel Samuel. Debo Samuel. He's got he would inherit an incredible team. Oh, I'm sorry,
Kittle?
that's San Francisco. I'm talking about what he had Colin Kaepernick. The Raiders. I'm talking about the Raiders when he goes to the Raiders.
Yeah, you got Darren Waller. You got Hunter Renfrow. You have a decent offensive line. You have Max Crosby on defense.
Max Crosby.
Carl Nassib is pretty good. They got dudes on the defense and the offensive side that if I'm a quarterback or whoever, I would love to go play there. You got all the weapons.
Max Crosby has been ranked in the top 3 in defense in all categories over the past 3 years.
I believe it.
He's one of the most. He's probably the best.
Underrated as hell.
Oh man, one of the most underrated defensive linemen. He's an all-pro. This guy's amazing. He would inherit in the Las Vegas Raiders a team that's ready to win.
Yeah.
Ready to win. The flip side of that is that Rich Bisaccia, who coached them during this entire weird, crazy season that the Raiders have had, and he did a very good job.
Yeah. No, he did. They between injury and then the circus with Gruden, they really overcame a lot. All they did was cover in point spreads. And
they did.
All they did was almost they did get to the playoffs. I'm sorry. They had that comeback against the Chargers. They're a fun team to watch. For me, I really enjoyed watching the Raiders this season. And I watched.
That stadium?
They're kind of the underdog story of the year. I always hitch every season to my emotions on especially whenever you're a Falcons fan and you're just trash and you're never in it each year. I attach my emotions to one of those underdog teams, and for me, the Raiders were that team this
100%.
year.
And you have a David Carr who's Mr. Christianity, right? But one hell of a competitor. And he's the leader of that team along with Max Crosby, and that team just has personality. So if you're the owner of the Raiders, and you've got 2 choices. Rich Bisaccia, we've seen the stories how he sat down and he wrote handwritten letters to all the players and thanking them, which is amazing. Or you've got Jim Harbaugh. You know how many jerseys and how many fans and that stadium in Las Vegas that needs to get paid for? Jim Harbaugh is your move. If Jim Harbaugh is available, I'm sorry. I love Rich Bisaccia and I hope he does well. But you take Jim and you pay him more, if not the same amount as you did Gruden. And I don't know how that Gruden situation works out.
You do not pay him more than you paid Gruden. Really?
Oh, man. I'm telling you that Jim Harbaugh
goes salary. They're going to start putting a salary cap on coaches if they keep getting these contracts.
Vegas Raiders will have jerseys sold out across the nation if Harbaugh goes there.
I guess until he starts losing, until they start losing, until players start retiring early just to get away from him. Like that happened with the 49ers. I'm not a fan of that Harbaugh. I like the other Harbaugh better.
You like the Michigan guy and him sitting on the sidelines. I agree with you. And 75,000 students at Michigan love Harbaugh too. They all wear hoodies, and
they don't got to play for him.
The whole state of Michigan now wears the yellow and blue hoodies because Jim Harbaugh is there. You know how much money he brings into Michigan? I don't want to hear people that get mad about Jim Harbaugh getting paid. Do you know how much money is made at Michigan now? $1 billion probably, because now they're ranked 3rd in the nation.
Yeah.
And everybody loves the blue and yellow. They're sold out of hoodies at Michigan everywhere.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
I just think that Harbaugh, if the NFL is calling, I don't see why he wouldn't take that. It's not necessarily my opinion that I want him to go to the NFL, because I like the competitiveness between Ohio State, Michigan, and with the Southern SEC. I just think that Harbaugh in the NFL, if they offer him the right amount of money, and trust me, guys, it's already been said he's going 1 of 2 places. He's going back to Michigan or he's becoming the Raiders coach. And if Harbaugh is not the Raiders coach, it's Rich Bisaccia. So we already know that for a fact.
Yeah.
If that position is open, you go to the NFL. With that lineup, whoa.
Yeah, how old is he? Is he like pretty old nowadays? I can't tell.
Who's got
Just guessing. I'm guessing he's
I'm going to say 52.
Okay, I was going to say 50s or 60s. I do believe that once dudes get older, they start to kind of value stability a little bit more. Couple years of suck in the NFL,
58.
You're gone. You can keep doing what you're doing right now forever at Michigan State.
He'll be able to go back there. Why? I mean, he'll be able to go back to any college program he wants. He just took Michigan.
What if the guy they hire at Michigan, once he leaves, what if he's incredibly successful?
Okay, I was listening to this earlier. And this is why Michigan, I'm going to go with you for a second.
Uh-huh.
Let's just say the Raiders offer him $120 million. All right, let's just say that 10 years.
That's
let's
a
just
lot,
say
yeah.
I'm just throwing out a number. All right, Michigan better come back with the same amount. Because if they don't, they're going to lose him, and they're going to lose their winning ways real quick because of all these coaches changes and with the NILs and the transfer portals. Michigan, he's taken Michigan from nobody. They haven't been top 3 since 1998, I believe.
That
and
sounds
now
about right.
he's top 3 in the nation. And next year, talk about recruiting. Recruiting will drop off the map for Michigan if Jim Harbaugh leaves. Who are you gonna call to replace him? I just told you all those people that are wearing the blue and yellow hoodies. Who's gonna replace him?
Heinz Ward. Who
Right.
apparently was getting looks at for head coach.
Oh.
Special teams coordinator of FAU? Did I read that correctly, or was that an Onion.com article?
I brought that up Monday. I just couldn't believe.
I couldn't believe it either. I'm like, why?
I just in shock, an absolute shock.
At FAU, special teams coordinator at FAU. Houston.
The one spick that Michigan has is that Jim Harbaugh played football there. He's in love with Michigan, but man, money's money. And if I was going, do you want to live in Vegas when you're 58 years old or Michigan? Jason, Vegas, 100%. And he inherits a playoff team.
Very good team. Yeah.
A really, really good team. And, I don't know if Harbaugh's necessarily a quarterback's coach. Look, Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith, both. But he did go to a Super Bowl, right? He got beat. But
yeah,
if you're going to make the move, what's the old adjective? Buy low, sell high, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that Harbaugh's going to be much higher than he is right now.
Nope, and you're right, because I'm looking at right now he's getting paid $4 million a year.
Oh, yeah.
So the Raiders will
absolutely
crush that. So Michigan better get ready to pony up.
Yeah.
Pony it up.
Now if they offer him the same amount, Michigan and the Raiders, like if he wants to be...
I would stay if I was him. 58 years old,
look, if you want to be the traditional and the badass coach, yes, try to do another 5 years at Michigan, try to get a title, right? I understand that. But, man, Ohio State, oh, my gosh. Clemson's coming back. You've got Alabama you're going to have to deal with next year. You've got, all these teams. Like, I don't see Michigan outperforming these teams. Like Michigan, he's gonna be upset in 2 years when Michigan's ranked 57th or 60th in the nation, and he's like, damn, and the Raiders are in the playoffs. Like, and the flip side of that is I would feel really bad for Rich Bisaccia. He's done a great job, and he deserves a shot.
The players love him. They've all come out. That always says a lot to me. Whenever does anybody come out and like vouch for somebody? And they've all vouched for Rich. I heard it, but. Don't forget, we're talking about the fact that, in your division, if you stay at Michigan, you still got to deal with Ohio State, right? And then you never know when the hell
he's 1-6
Pittsburgh or Penn State's going to be up in there, because they have their moments too. That being said, you'd be going into a division with very young quarterbacks that are on fire, i.e. a Justin Herbert and a Pat Mahomes. You still got to deal with them. Like, and then let's say Deshaun Watson. Let's just say Deshaun Watson goes to Denver. Oh, my gosh.
Dude, you're in deep shit there.
Derek Carr is now the oldest and the ugliest performing quarterback there, and he's still really good.
Yeah, I just go for the money, right?
Yeah, get your money, pay your bills, generational wealth. all that good stuff.
Because I'm sure the Raiders I'm sure they've already offered him money. We're going to find out, I promise you, in the next couple of days, because all these head coaching jobs are really going to start
can't wait.
locking up pretty soon. I'm pretty sure that Harbaugh will become the Raiders head coach because, look, if he does,
who's the GM?
the black and silver will go nuts. They don't have a GM yet.
I know. They fired Mike Mayock.
And he might be in conversations about who they hire for that.
I would, if it were me, from what I've seen, dude, hire your GM first. Let them hire the head coach and the coaching staff, please.
We're sitting behind mics, and these guys are billionaires, and you know how dumb they make these football decisions.
Yeah.
Sometimes
the owner
fast.
the owners usually really just don't know.
Yep.
They know business.
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, but they don't. See, there you go. I mean, look at Cal McNair. Look what he's done to.
You're gonna tell me that if the Cowboys had Sean McVay, that they would not be 15-2, or whatever.
Absolutely.
Come on, dude. Mike McCarthy's not that great of a coach. He had Aaron Rodgers, and now he's got Dak Prescott.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
I heard Stephen A. Smith said it today, Jeff, and not a lot of things that he says do I really, really agree with, but this really got me. There was Irving was up there on First Take today defending Mike McCarthy and kind of putting more of the blame on Kellen Moore. And Stephen A. Smith came out and said, here's why you move on from McCarthy. It's because every time, whatever team he's coaching, you're like, okay, let's blame the offensive coordinator. Let's blame the defensive coordinator. It's not really Mike McCarthy's fault. What the hell does Mike McCarthy do?
Yeah,
that's what we don't know on every team that he coaches. It's what is he responsible for?
Every time we do this show after the Cowboys play, I always say, who's on the podium afterwards? Dak Prescott. You never you never see Mike up there taking blame, taking this, taking that. It's like, but apparently the Cowboys might want to stick with him. I don't know, man. But look, the whole thing, Jim Harbaugh, that's the hot news. I think he should go to the Raiders. The Raiders would immediately go. I mean, they're already in the playoffs, and he inherits an incredible team. I feel bad for Rich Bisaccia, and hopefully
maybe he gets a look from someone else. There's a lot of openings right now.
Yeah, there's 8. The 8, and trust me, they're going to start falling left and right in the next 4 or 5 days, man.
I'm here for it.
Let's go. All right, man, let's get into these playoffs, man. Wow. I have to say, this might be one of the most intriguing football weekends that I can remember.
Yeah.
These matchups are unreal. They are phenomenal. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Ryan Tannehill, very underrated Ryan Tannehill, and Jimmy Garoppolo, who obviously out of those he's the last, but he's already been to a Super Bowl. Yep.
And the worst out of all of them.
Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl winner, been to a Super Bowl. This is crazy what's going on. The NFL, last week, I said this yesterday, last weekend they had 110 million views.
They're not hurting.
No.
They're not hurting for nothing. But
insane.
Dude, how is it that I come on this show last week and I'm all excited for the playoffs to start because there's so much parity in the league, right? There's so much parity in the league. I've never seen a season, this is what I was saying, never had a season that I can recall in recent memory where there's so many teams that I could actually see winning it all, right? What we watch, I say that, and then we just watch blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout.
I got a response for that.
What, please?
The response is that there is no arguing that these are the most deserving teams that need to be that are in this weekend. Like nobody has come to me and said, "Oh, well, this team needs to be there," or this team. No, this is the first time in a long time you're like, these are the top 8 teams. Like they really are. Like these are the top 8 teams in the league. San Diego and Las Vegas had that game, and yeah, maybe San Diego should have played, but they might have got rolled over too. These are the top 8 teams. They really are.
Yeah. The Ravens fans are probably bitter right now. You know, they're probably the most bitter out of everyone if I had to guess. But no, you're exactly. You know, it's a great point. I love your counter because you're helping me be able to make sense of this because it just really bothered me all weekend that I sitting here and I'm watching football season and I just really felt like there was more parity in the league, and then I just watched blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout.
I thought that the games would have been a little closer, and then they weren't. And I was looking for a positive out of all of it, and I'm like, you know what? these are the best teams that are there. These are the best 8 football teams of the NFL season by far. And I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. Y'all lost to a really good San Francisco team, and Jimmy Garoppolo had like 120 yards passing and an interception, and y'all still lost. So you do not deserve to be facing Green Bay.
But the referee, it's the ref's fault at the very game. Yeah, I was don't even. Why the hell did you call a quarterback run up the middle with 14 seconds left?
It was a catch.
Oh, Lord. It's always a catch.
Yeah. Actually, I think that might have been a catch.
I thought it was a catch.
I think during the time. Now, the current rules, I don't think that was a catch. And we're talking about Michael Irvin catching the ball against Green Bay.
Not Michael Irving.
It's not
No.
Dez Bryant. I'm sorry.
Bryant,
I'm going before. Wow.
Yeah, way before.
Yeah, Dez Bryant's catch against Green Bay down to the 1 yard line, right? In the current rules, you have to control it all the way through, and he didn't control it all the way through. Now, watching it when I did, I thought, how did they just do that? It's almost like the tuck rule. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And there was a catch in this Cowboys game that they took away that I thought for sure they would not take away, and I don't remember where it was in the game or who did it. But anyways, 49ers end up winning.
You know what everybody fails to forget about that game?
What's
that? Is
that?
the first 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
Everybody focuses on that last 4 or 5 minutes of that game.
Yep.
Did y'all not watch that whole game?
Yep.
The Cowboys blew it.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
You cannot let a quarterback only have to throw the ball for 120 yards to win a game in a playoff game.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Elijah Mitchell had 27 rushes for under 100 yards.
Man, they're so good. Shanahan is so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. If I was a player, that's where I want to go play. I want to play for Kyle Shanahan and that West Coast offense.
Well, let's get into it. I know why y'all all love having Rachel on the show. Let's get into her picks, man. This weekend, let's start with Saturday. 3:30 p.m. Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. Mm-hmm. This is my game of the week.
It should be. It's going to be
this game, man.
A barn burner, I think.
Wow.
It's going to be a barn burner, but the Titans are going to win it. And I think earlier today, whenever I checked the point total, I saw it at 47.
47.5 right now.
I almost always, like as a rule, any game that the Titans play in against a gunslinger quarterback, it's always going with the over for me. This is easy money. Like, this might be my lock of the week, is that it's over 47 points scored. And let me tell you this.
Look, Jason's like, I'm putting it in right now. Look,
yeah.
Look, all of y'all, I'm telling you, Rachel's 61% on the year. To be 55%, you're considered a professional in Las Vegas. And I'm not kidding. That's right.
No, you're right.
And she's 61% on the year, guys. So heed her advice.
Yeah, I locked it in at 47 points earlier. Now I'm seeing 47.5.
Yep.
So sucks to be you. If I push, I'm happy still. But no, the Titans are going to win this one. Check this out. Okay, the Titans. Oh, I wish I'd saved the numbers in front of me. The Titans. First of all, this is how if I'm approaching the Bengals, this is what I need to do, in my opinion, to win a game against them. And this is exactly what the Titans are good at. They're really good at getting pressure by only rushing 4. They only blitz like 18%. Yes. I think this season they only blitz. They don't really have to.
But their pressure's like top 3.
Yes, they get pressure.
Like 4.
They don't get the sack numbers and stuff like that. And their secondary, no matter how well the front 7 is doing at the pass rush, the secondary still seems to give up a lot. I will admit that. That's why I love the over in Titans games, because the secondary just gives up big plays. But with that being said, they're really good. They do well whenever they can only rush 4 and get pressure. And I think that's how you have to approach the Bengals, with that spread out offense, all those young, speedy, fast wide receivers, and a dude like Joe Burrow who isn't scared of your pass rush, period. He'll step up and make those throws, and knowing damn well that he's about to get smacked into the ground. And then you have Derrick Henry coming back, and even if he's 80% Derrick Henry, what does that do? That keeps the other offense off the field a little bit longer. So just even having him on the field is a threat and changes the way that the Bengals defense has to scheme against
They
you.
haven't said that he's off the IR, but that's just for strategic reasons only. Derrick Henry will be playing in this game.
Yes, he's playing.
100%.
We've known that.
He was going to shatter the NFL rushing record this year if he didn't get hurt. And now they're saying contact-wise, he's extremely healthy. Look, I love the Titans in this game. The Bengals are incredible, and I love the story. I love that they won at home. Been 31 years, and I love Bengals fans. And Bengals fans should be extremely excited for their future.
Yeah.
Playing in Tennessee is very, very tough.
Yep.
And Tannehill's an underrated playoff quarterback. He's been in 2 AFC championship games back-to-back, and he has playoff experience. Burrow, Chase. The Tennessee defensive line is top 3 in rushing. So you can count out Joe Mixon. So they're going to make Burrow throw the ball, and if they can get away with locking down Chase, I don't think Burrow and Boyd are going to get it done. I'm with you. I like the Titans in this game. Like, I do. They're a boring team. They're like Philadelphia. They win ugly, but, man, they win.
They do, and it's always fun to see Ryan Tannehill. He'll make a big play.
Yeah, he will.
He can make a
so
big
will
run.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will take off for
I want to see a stiff arm again. I need to see another angry run. Derrick Henry, angry run. But here's another little nugget. Mike Vrabel, as head coach of the Titans, on 8 days of rest or 8 days to prepare for a team, he is 8-0.
See, there you go. There's the nuggets that Rachel gives you that nobody else gives you, man.
Plus, the Bengals have never.
Jason just took the over. Like, you should parlay it one of your soccer bets.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't ask me about soccer bets because I don't know. I don't even understand. I tried to bet on soccer one day, and I'm like, what does this mean? These are.
Take Aston Villa to win Saturday.
Aston Villa, okay. Done.
Aston, Aston. Aston Villa. Take Aston Villa to win on Saturday. There you go. Coming from Jason. If Jason, if y'all lose money, then look.
I'm going to go throw the bank on Aston Villa.
Let's do it.
Aston Villa.
And I love bets like that, though.
You don't know what the hell's going on?
Betting on, like, Mount St. Mary's Junior College to be something.
No, we're going to let you know on Monday whether or not.
The fans will let you know, trust me. And, if people – the reason that Vegas and all these people make so much money on gambling is because there's – when you click onto a website for betting, like yours right there, you see the point spread and you see what it is, the money line.
Yeah.
And then you see the over and under. No, like if you were smart and did this for a living, you would go and pick – games like Aston what? I almost said
Villa.
Aston Martin. Aston Villa. Like, you can do all these prop bets and you can parlay prop bets, but you have to really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's so smart, but the problem is they set it up perfect. It's like going to a grocery store and they set all your child's cereals down in the first 2 aisles, so Lucky Charms is the first one they pick up.
Yeah.
Like, so when you go to these sites, the only thing you see is the point spread, then you see the money line, and then the over and under. So you automatically, that's what I want to bet. No, man, take Pat Mahomes to have 1 interception.
Yeah.
That's a way better bet than
I
like
love
the
interception props.
Like something like that.
I love those. And in this one, the props aren't out yet, at least not on the sportsbook that I'm looking at. They usually don't come out until about 24 hours before, especially in the age of COVID. They're really hesitant to put the props out.
Yep.
But I would highly consider taking the over on Joe Burrow's passing yards in this game. Absolutely consider taking that. There's a little.
I would bet it's around 290.
I was just thinking the same thing.
290 probably.
Yeah, probably like 290, 298, somewhere in there. They'll keep it just below 300.
Well, because I think they'll keep it below 300 because of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And because the Tennessee will try to keep the ball out of their hands as much as possible. And again, Tennessee wins ugly, but they win, man. Two straight NFC championship games.
AFC.
AFC. You cannot discount that.
No.
You cannot discount that. The Tennessee Titans are a very, very solid football team, and the Cincinnati Bengals are new.
They're new, and they just came off of a huge game for them. How many years since they've been to the playoffs?
31.
31 years since they've been to playoffs. And I'll tell you this as well. The Bengals, I believe, in their entire franchise's existence, has never won a road game. Now, I know that other teams, they're not this current team, so it really doesn't matter, but it's just something to keep in the back of your head.
I loved your stat earlier. That's enough.
The 8-0 when he has 8 days to
Mike Vrabel, when he has more than 7 days to prepare.
Yep. When he has 8 or more days to prepare for a game, he's 8-0.
Wow. Take that.
Take that.
And obviously, this game is going to depend a lot on Derrick Henry and his status. I love Tennessee minus the 3.5, and I love the over as well. I really do. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a breakout 150-yard game. Tannehill's got 2 touchdowns. What's that?
280. Oh, hell yeah.
280, Joe Burrow. Is that what it is?
You got 280?
I said 290. I'd take over.
Yeah, 280 passing yards. If that's the line that you can get for Joe Burrow, so freaking Leal. And we're going to talk after the show because I want to know where the hell you're betting, but you have props already.
So parlay, I would parlay the Titans minus 3.5, the over, and Burrow's passing yards over.
Ooh.
Right there. Boom. All right, next game, man, 7:15. A lot of people's game of the week. Jimmy Garoppolo versus Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And the line has gone way down. This is crazy. A lot of people are starting to take San Francisco, and I don't know why. The line has moved from 7.5 to 5.5. You know how much money it takes to move a line? Like almost $1.5 million.
A lot, or a major injury.
True.
Something like that.
So Vegas has moved the Green Bay line down to minus 5.5. I have Green Bay all day long.
You're that confident?
Yes.
I'm not that confident, but I'm not taking a spread bet in this game, period.
All right.
Just not happening.
Fred Warner.
Give me your reasoning.
Fred Warner and Joey Bosa both hurt. Joey
Yeah.
Bosa had a concussion. I'm pretty sure they'll clear him to play. Even if he's not
They will
clear
clear
to
him.
play, he's playing.
Okay, yeah.
Fred Warner, huge ankle injury that he suffered a re-injury. It's not a first one, so it's a re-injury. So Fred Warner he is a monster for San Francisco. Like, I mean, a monster. Joey Bosa wouldn't be Joey Bosa without Fred Warner. So you take Fred Warner out of that game, you're giving the quarterback Aaron Rodgers a lot more time to throw. They're 13-4. It's going to be 7 degrees.
Yep.
I just in my head don't see Aaron Rodgers losing this game. Jimmy G was terrible last week at the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, he still won, but he was ridiculously bad.
He's still injured. Like, he's got the
shoulder anthem.
Shoulder anthem now. Yeah, that
Randall Cobb got activated today.
Yeah, because I think Valdez-Scantling is out.
Yep.
So it's bringing back his buddy Cobb. So definitely consider maybe pass catching yardage or receptions for him, because I know that Aaron likes to go to him. They have a really good. He does, yeah. They have a really good.
Chewy just made a good point, and I like looking at this every now and then, that Vegas moved it down, and I hate catch games. Like, I hate them, and this could be one. I just don't see it, but this could be one of those games. I don't know why it's 5.5. I really don't, and that's the highest spread of the weekend. I don't see in my head Aaron Rodgers even coming close to losing this game.
Well, the question is never Aaron Rodgers, not unless we're talking about an NFC Championship game, of which I believe he's 1-5 in.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're not there yet. This is divisional, right? So he's probably going to win. And I do think the Packers are going to win this game because I trust their quarterback more. But talk about injury. I know that he's had a week of rest to get off that toe.
Yep.
But he has the toe injury, right? But the question mark with the Packers is defensively, and I believe they're not very good at stopping the run. And what do the 49ers do well? What does Shanahan do? Yep. Run the ball well. They even use Deebo Samuel.
You'll find out. I think you're going to find out in the first 8 to 10 minutes of this football game where it's going to go. Okay, Green Bay focuses on that run and forces Jimmy G to throw, which look, anybody that's out there that knows anything about the NFL, Jimmy Garoppolo hurt. You're going to try to force him to throw. He's not that accurate, even though Jimmy G, he has an it factor. All that dude does is win. It's crazy.
It's weird.
But they're going to force him to throw the football. And they're going to try to take away that run. So Green Bay's secondary is going to have to step up. And the X factor for San Francisco is going to be Deebo Samuel. We all know that. Like, I mean, dude, they use him in so many different ways. It's fantastic. Shanahan's great.
I want to know, is Ayuk going to stand up? You know what I mean?
He might be the key. If
they're
going to win,
show up.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk.
Or if Kittle just has like an insanely good game, which I don't think we've seen anything crazy out, not what we're used to out of him in a while. But, just whenever I have hard games to pick like this, I make like a checklist, right? Okay, quarterback, who has the edge? I go Green Bay Packers. Everywhere else, I almost give every other edge to the 49ers. I like Shanahan better than I like Matt LaFleur. I just do. I maybe it's because I'm more familiar with him, or I don't know, but I'm a big Shanahan stan. I'm a Shanahan stan. And then defensively, the injuries with Fred Warner and Bosa, I do believe Bosa will be out there, but Warner, obviously, he's not going to be out there.
If
San
Fred
Francisco's
Warner,
secondary is kind of weak.
Yeah, if Fred Warner's not 100%, it's going to be real interesting. Being in that weather, look, I'm with you on comparison, and I think that I like.
San Fran's got a better team. They just don't
I
have a
like
better quarterback.
Devontae Adams better than I do Debo. I like Aaron Jones better than I do Elijah Mitchell. I like Aaron Rodgers obviously way more than Garoppolo. I don't see, this is Aaron Rodgers' year. I believe so, and I think that if he does well, I see him coming back to Green Bay. I think he's mended all those
made
wounds.
His case.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
dude, you cannot get rid of this guy.
He was an MVP last year.
MVP this year.
MVP consider
he's
this
winning.
year.
He's winning for sure.
Yeah.
Now
he's winning this game. There's just no value in taking the
so
money line.
what's your pick?
Spread.
So you don't want to touch it. It's -5.5.
If I do anything, it'll be a live bet more than likely. But I'll give you another nugget
Let's
about
go.
the point total here. Okay.
Yes.
There have been, and somebody Google the stats right now. Tell me if I'm wrong. That's fine. I'm close. This is the point. You get the moral of my story here. 10 postseason playoff games have been held in Green Bay throughout history that were under 10 degrees.
Yep.
In every single one of them, the under hit. With
Wow.
the point total.
Wow. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that at all. And then you got to, I mean, if that's the case, I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to have a lot of screen passes. I really do. They're going to rush. I think he's going to throw it right over Bosa. Just Aaron Rodgers, it seems like his year, he's been in the news all season long, but there's an upset every single week in the NFL.
Yeah.
Will this be the one?
It could be. If you told me that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to play mistake-free football, kind of like what the narrative with Mac Jones all year is, as long as he plays mistake-free football, right, the Patriots are winning a game. Right. With that being said, if you told me Garoppolo was going to play mistake-free football in this game, I would say Niners +5 all day.
+5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't guarantee me that. Now with the shoulder injury on top of the hand, and it throws a stupid interception in the Cowboys game.
I would check the prop bets. I would check the prop bets for that. I would definitely check the interceptions for Garoppolo. I might even check the interceptions for Green Bay because I think Aaron might make a bad pass or two. Because I guarantee you, if you check the prop bets, I bet it's about minus a half an interception, and I would take that. I bet he throws one. I would think so. All right, let's move on, man. We are blowing through this hour. I can't believe this. A lot of people's fantasy game right here. The LA Rams at the Goats Bucks. Man, that sounds weird, right? The Goats Bucks.
The Goats.
Tom
Bucks.
Brady and the Buccaneers. An injured Buccaneers team versus a healthy LA Rams. Number one, let me know what you think about this game. Number two, if Tom Brady loses in dramatic fashion, is this it?
How would he lose in dramatic fashion?
Like gets blown out.
That's not even going to happen.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Do I know if they win this game? No. Has history taught me games like this are the type of games in the postseason in the last couple of years where I go, no, hell no, the other team. Super Bowl last year, right? Chiefs versus Bucks. I'm like, there's no way in hell the Bucks are going to win the Super Bowl. I threw the house on the Chiefs to win. And then I live bet to hedge my bet. I tried to cover. I tried to get the spread. The spread was like Chiefs. Like
you definitely made up for it this year.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, I get off topic. This is going to be a great game. It's going to be a barn burner for sure. I would absolutely. My favorite bet in this is the over in the point total. I feel like it's way too low for these stellar offenses. Now, the only reason I choose the Bucks in this game is I would choose the Bucks if I were to take a bet. The only reason I would choose the Bucks is because of Tom Brady. That is literally it. With that being said, the Rams getting back the young running back, what's his name? Coming back from that Achilles injury and looking like he was never injured. Cam Akers, thank you. Getting back Akers is a huge game changer.
It's like LA is the healthiest team out there right now.
And Sean McVay.
And the Bucks are one of the unhealthiest teams out there right now.
And Sean McVay owns Tom Brady since that Super Bowl.
So here's my thing with this. And I don't know if I'm a Brady fan and want him to go and win more or if I'm against him. I love seeing Tom Brady regardless, but it's like, man, enough's enough. I'm going to coaching battle here. That's what I'm doing. So I think Sean McVay is going to win this game.
Really?
I think that he keeps it. I think he keeps Stafford under 300 yards. I think Cam Akers has maybe 100 yards rushing. I think that he keeps it very simple and makes Brady come to them. And Brady has that luck, right? It just seems like he always has something happen to the other team where he gets lucky, the tuck rule, and there's always something that happens. last year, the damn pass interference call in Green Bay, like, come on, man, like that, like never should have been. So Aaron Donald and Von Miller, I think, are going to be way too much, and they're missing their right tackle, the number one right tackle in the entire NFL. The Buccaneers will not have him this Sunday, and Brady's going to have a rough time, man. I think LA's on fire. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I like LA in this game. This might be their Super Bowl. You know how certain teams have their Super Bowl? Maybe Cincinnati's was last week. I think that this is the Rams Super Bowl right here. And I think they roll.
Man, I can't see any Tom Brady team getting rolled. But look, hey, the Bucs right now on our book is -3, but it's at plus money. It's plus 100.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As a 3-point favorite.
Well, because
on their home field.
Told everybody,
they want you to take that bet.
Because we told everybody, for those of y'all that don't know, that want to bet, if you're at home, the home team always gets -3. That's how Vegas starts out the line. At home, you always lose 3 points. That's how they start the betting before they even take injuries or anything into account. You get 3 points for being at home, or you lose 3 points for being at home. So they're basically saying this is a pick'em game,
right?
And they're saying, and for what you're saying, they're saying the Rams are favored.
Damn near, yeah. No, and you know what? It makes sense because they're coming off of just blowing the Cardinals out of the water. And mind you, this Buccaneers team is not that Cardinals team. I'm watching Kyler Murray just do weird things with his footwork. You know, I can't even explain what the hell the Cardinals were doing. I don't know.
Cliff Kingsbury has some serious explaining to do.
They really do. And he should be gone. He should be the next man out. But with that being said, this is not them because Tom Brady's footwork is never going to be like that. He's never.
So who you got? We got to go to the next one. Who you got? Over under 48.
Just give me the over on the point total right now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You really talked me into the Rams, and it's just every year. Every time I bet against Tom Brady, he just wins it all. So I don't know.
All right, last game, y'all. Last game and last one we're going to talk about real quick. Bills at the Chiefs. Josh Allen at Pat Mahomes. This is the highest point total out there, 54 right now. KC -1.5. I don't want to bet on this game because I just want to watch it.
Yep. Yeah, just enjoy it maybe.
This is the future of the NFL.
It is. If I was going to bet anything, man, I'm really I didn't realize coming into this I was going to be so on the point totals. I would take the under in this one.
And you know, that's interesting because 70% of the nation, because just on paper you're going to see Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes,
yep.
And you're going to go over. Like immediately you're going to say over. But these coaches and these defensive coordinators, they have plans that they change shit up so often that you're like, oh my God. The first half it's going to be 10-7. You're going to be like, what the? Yeah. Like, how did that just happen? I like the under on this too, just because the majority is going to be on the over, and you go against the majority. So I like the under on this. KC -1.5.
I got 2 on mine. They're -2 on mine. They have a linebacker that just got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay. Their top 2 running backs are, I believe, injured. I think they're still running with I can't remember his name, but it's
Williams and Hilaire.
Yeah. They're injured.
They got Gore too.
And for me, the resurgence of Devin Singletary is the X factor, game changer for the Bills. Since he has come on, since they started feeding him, whether it's in the passing game or the running game, the Bills have been on fire since that happened. I like the Bills here.
I just want to watch this game.
Yeah.
It's the last game of the weekend. It's at 5:30 on a Sunday evening. I'm sure, like, if you're a football fan, you're going to be exhausted after the first 3 games. Sit back and just enjoy what you're like the future of the NFL, because this will be the future of the NFL, like 100%. And Joe Burrow being at the Titans earlier, yes, you're going to see that. But other than that, I mean, this is it. Yep. This is the future of the NFL, and I would sit back and just enjoy this game. Like, if you won money on the previous 3 games, maybe throw something at your favorite team, but bet on the first 3. Enjoy this last game. This is going to be fun to watch, man. You've got 2 incredibly energetic and mobile quarterbacks, and Josh Allen just just did the NFL's first ever perfect game, which is
I didn't know
insane.
that.
7 touchdowns, no punts.
Oh, they
no
scored on
field
every
goals.
drive, huh?
Every drive. The last drive was the 8th one. They just had a kneel out. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen against the Chiefs. The Chiefs' weapons are unbelievable, but Chiefs have been in 2 straight Super Bowls. So, and the Bills have issues.
Let's just pray for a Packers Buccaneers NFC Championship game, because you want to talk about sitting back and just enjoying a game.
Yes.
I will sit back. I may record it, just relish in the greatness of having Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in such a high stakes game once again in my lifetime. We should be thankful, grateful for it.
Because you'll get 2 Super Bowls this year.
Yeah.
Definitely. That will be Super Bowl number 1.
Yep.
And then you'll have the other Super Bowl. My bets, I got Titans, Packers, Rams, Bills, and then you got Bills. You got the Bills versus the Titans, which will be an unbelievable matchup. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady next weekend. That's what I got.
Okay, I like it. I like your NFC picks. You got some upsets.
Yeah.
I like the dogs.
Man, I almost cursed. What a show we've had already, man. Thank you guys for paying attention to Sports with Balls. And obviously, thank you, Rachel Van Aranje. All of her social media stuff sitting right down here. Follow her. 61% on the year on betting. Don't listen to me, man. Listen to her. Parlay bets all over the place. Go follow her. She posts a bunch of her stuff. She does another show on Twitter. So you guys go follow Rachel, man. Share the show. Thank y'all for your comments, man. This hour went quick.
It always does. It's like the quickest hour of my life. The show's fun with you.
Yeah,
I like what we do, man.
Jamming out, man. Thank all you guys for watching. Catch it on the podcast. It'll be up later on this evening or tomorrow. If you missed anything, share the show, man. Thank y'all so much for coming out. This is Sports with Balls. All right, y'all, got to thank a couple of people that make this show possible. Number 1, Construction Concepts, changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can create or update a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call, 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com. Also, Roy Stanton over there at Hybrid Technologies. If you do have a building, if you have a home, you need security, you need your cloud services, anything, phones, this guy's got it, man. Call Roy Stanton at Hybrid Technologies, 832-336-1201. Do not call him to hang your televisions. I did that, and he got mad at me.
Don't do that.
I mean, he's great at hiding. I mean, look, this is what he does.
Why can't you hang your own TV, Jeff?
Why you gotta?
Okay, sorry.
Man.
Sorry, I thought men were like born knowing how to do that.
No,
stuff.
look, I can, but like, I get the stud finder and it's like beep, 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 and then I screw in a hole and it's not necessarily stud. Like, oh man, dude, like,
it's a pain. Yeah,
construction is not my forte.
Me neither, man.
Let's just leave it at that, man. But hey, thank all you guys for watching the show. Please like and share it. Like on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, man. Monday. We'll be back Monday. And Rachel, real quick, the 4 teams, who you got?
Oh, Lord. Okay, Titans.
Boom.
I got Titans. I got...
No point spread.
Gosh, dang it. Okay, Titans. I'm going to go Packers. I'm going to go Bucks.
Woo.
And then I'm going to go Bills.
Bam, Tiger.
Titans,
Packers, Bucks. What a weekend. Y'all enjoy the weekend of football. Jason, thank you so much for putting this on. We'll see you guys on Monday, y'all. This is Sports with Balls. We're out of here.
713, my candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it